Intro, take one. I can use that. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Yassine, and today I wanted to make a review of the Oneplus 6 that I've been using for the last 3 weeks. But this is a different type of video review. I have my wife with me here. Her name's Aziza. Say hi, babe.
Hello.
So for those that have been following my channel for a while, yes, I am married, and yes, she's real. We do have a second channel where we vlog. It's called Yassine and Aziza Unplugged. I'll leave that link in the description. Definitely check that out, show some support, and follow us there. But I wanted to make a review of the Oneplus 6 that I've used it for about 3 weeks, and then I thought to myself, hey, let me get a different perspective. So Aziza is also going to share what she thinks about the Oneplus 6 because she used it for a little over a week.
Yeah.
And if you guys like these types of reviews where you'll get two different perspectives, then definitely hit that thumbs up and let me know in the comment section down below. So we are going to go over what we liked, what we didn't like, and then who we think this phone is for, or our recommendation of the Oneplus 6. Okay, so we're going to start off with the design. That is what everybody sees right off the bat. And when it comes to design, I personally think it's okay. I don't think it's great, and I don't think it's bad. The reason I wouldn't put it as great is because of the notch. Me personally, I don't like the notch, but we'll talk about the notch and the display on its own. But other than that, the design, it's very slippery phone. So it looks good, it's really reflective, but it's fingerprints magnet in the back. It's really slippery, and then it's got a down-facing speaker, which I personally don't like. And then where the speaker is, it's on the left side of the USB-C port rather than the right side. So when you hold it sideways, your bottom of your thumb actually covers it, and that I didn't like. Where on the Galaxy S9, it's on the other side of the USB-C port. So even if you're holding it sideways, it still, shows. What did you think of the design of the Oneplus?
So I actually liked the design. I feel like it's very elegant, it's very sleek and minimalistic. I know you like that minimalistic lifestyle, and I feel like this is a great minimalistic look. It's reflective, which I love because I got to use it as a mirror, the front and the back. Okay. It was way too slippery, and it did fall all the time. I'm actually surprised it's not broken, because you would like put it on the couch and then it would just slide off. What else? What else did you talk about?
I did mention the speaker. What did you think of the speaker?
Yeah, the speaker was... It wasn't great. Like, first of all, there's only one, and I'm used to having a phone that has two speakers, like on the two sides.
She's coming from the Pixel, by the way.
Right, and the volume is just more, it's louder, where this one's coming from the one side. A lot of times I would cover it, especially when I'm watching something, and it just wasn't as loud, and sometimes I felt like it wasn't as clear, like there was a little echo or something.
Which actually led to call quality, but we'll talk about that in a second. But it distorts really high volumes when you turn it up all the way when you're listening to music and stuff. Other than that, the design, it's okay for me, but she liked it. I
liked how it looks. I probably couldn't make it last without putting a case on it, which covers the beauty of the design. So it's trying to defeat the purpose.
I'm trying to get her to start using skins because I like skins. You guys know that.
I break phones. That's why I don't do skins. I need to do one of those heavy-duty, child-proof pieces.
Like military grade.
Yes, I want to be able to smash it and it's still not break.
Okay, so the second thing about the design that sticks out to a lot of people actually is that notch. And me personally, I don't like the notch. I recently started using the S9 after the Oneplus 6, and there's no notch on this phone, and I like that. You do tend to forget it's there after you use it for a while.
Really?
But every so often, in a specific app or a specific thing you're doing, it'll pop up to sort of be like, hey, I'm still here. And I'm like, dang it, I just forgot you. So if you don't like the notch, and if you think that the notch is going to bother you, yes, it'll go away, but not for too long. What would you think of the notch?
I didn't like the notch, and I didn't think it went away. I've always noticed the notch, and it's not something, for me personally, it's not something I got used to, and that's what I think what you're saying, that after
Yeah,
a
you don't
while,
get
once
used
you
to
get
it.
used to it, you don't notice it and it doesn't bother you as much. It bothered me every single time I opened up my phone to do something.
Yeah, so that's a design aspect that they went with, and a lot of phones are going with it. But we're heavy Pixel users, so I'm really hoping that the new Pixels that are coming out at the end of the year don't have notches. But you never know.
Never
And
know.
using Pixels, the greatest thing about it is you get the first in line to get operating system updates, and then also that user interface is pure Android. But surprisingly, using the OnePlus 6, it was really close to stock Android. It wasn't like Galaxy heavy themed or a Huawei or LG phone heavy themed. It was really close to stock Android. It had a few extra things like gestures where you can just swipe up to go home, swipe on the left side, swipe on the right side to go backwards, and things like that. So I didn't really mind the UI. I got used to it real quick. The OnePlus 6 launcher is actually very pleasant, and honestly, it's no longer a deal breaker for me, because that's why I used to always go to Pixel phones, because I just couldn't get used to other phones launchers and other phones themes. So from somebody who uses Pixel all the time, basically the last 2 years, what's up? What do you think of that user interface? Or
What he said. I don't know.
so what do you think of the gestures though? Like the swipe up to, go back, and the swipe up without the buttons at the bottom.
So I think it was an adjustment process for me. It was hard to get used to at first, and I feel like by the time I did get used to it, you took the phone bad,
Well,
and then
yeah,
I had
yeah.
to go back to my old phone. But I think it's like a refreshing change of pace just based on like what I'm used to.
Yeah, and I wish you had used the...
Was that a sufficient answer?
That was a sufficient answer. I wish you had actually
Okay.
used the Galaxy phones, because they are so far away from stock Android. You'd probably throw it against the wall after day one, like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But-
That's why I feel like I can't do Apple phones, like the iPhones.
Yeah.
Because there's, I don't know,
their
they're very
user
different.
interface,
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of icons. No, but anyway, that's a discussion for another day. If you guys actually want to see our thoughts on iOS versus Android, I know people always get into fights in the comment section about that. Let us know in the comment section in a civil way, and we'll make a video about that. So overall, not trying to get this video to drag, but overall, I think it's a great phone. One last thing I want to touch on is that it starts at $529. And it's supposed to be like a not budget, but mid-tier fighting.
That's a lot.
The top of the line phones. Like I'm talking
It's
about.
supposed to be top notch.
Yeah, like in terms of specs, which I'll show on the screen right
Then
now.
drop the ball there.
In terms of specs and what it has, it's
Or should I
supposed
be
to.
holding it here?
Yeah, it has top-notch specs, but it's supposed to fight with iPhones and Pixels that are like $800, $900, $1,000 for that price range. So I think it does a really good job for that price range. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like it's too expensive. I don't know about like what it's competing with. Obviously, there's more
Right.
stuff that I just don't understand. But I feel like after using the phone for about a week, this is not a phone I would buy for myself. This is a phone
Yeah.
This is the phone I would give to like my high schooler as a phone to have.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But why is that?
Like as a beginner phone or whatever, like an upgrade from their flip phone to a smartphone.
Because it's got a bunch of things that.
That appeals to that younger age.
Okay.
It has great quality camera and videos, which I really appreciate. It's very saturated and stuff that I like. But just with the sound and I don't know, there's certain things that I felt like.
I know. So I guess we're getting into the things we didn't like. So we'll list a couple of those things, and actually that may justify why Aziza said it's too expensive and she would be like, upgrade for a kid. So obviously it's slippery, we talked about that, but the call quality wasn't that great, right?
It was horrible. So it was horrible when he was using it and he would call me. I always felt like I was on speakerphone even if I wasn't.
Yeah.
There was like an echo, there's like additional air just flowing.
Yeah, like you're driving top down in a convertible and trying to talk to somebody.
Right. And then when I called people, I felt like I felt the echo, and so I would hear myself twice every single time I said something. And just like the extra noise, just background noise.
Yeah, and from my perspective, when I'm using it, calling her, I would have an issue with when you hit call, it'd take 30 seconds or 40 seconds to even establish connection to make the call, and you get a dial tone. Yeah. Now, OnePlus did release a couple of updates while we were using the phone for the first month, and some of them did say call quality improvement, but we still didn't see that much call quality improvement.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I noticed, I was just getting to that. Bluetooth connection was just literally spotty. Like,
so frustrating.
It was a guessing game whether it connected or not. So we have a Kia Optima, and it connected fine, but it just wouldn't play the Bluetooth through it. Every time we play a video, it would just play on the phone, even though in the car it says it's connected. And then we took a trip a couple weeks ago where we rented a car, Nissan Altima, like a brand new 2018 one. And once again, it connected, but it just wouldn't play the music or anything that we were trying to play out of the car until we literally finished our trip and we were hanging out, and then I had to run to the store, and then it connected and started playing Spotify. So Bluetooth is very spotty, and but that's something that could be improved over the air. So I hope they do improve the call quality and the Bluetooth. So based on that, I have to agree with Aziza in terms of I think it's too expensive at $529.
Right. Plus, like, you don't want to buy a phone and then you have to wait for all these upgrades for them to improve the quality. Like, if I gave you $500, I expect it to be working properly. Also, if you're competing with these $1,000 phones, you need to give me $1,000 quality. And I understand you're giving it to me for $500,
price, right.
But don't say you're competing with people you can't compete with.
Yeah, so that's the thing. For $500, it's a good phone. But if you're coming out saying "never settle," that's their slogan actually, and we're coming.
They done settled.
We're coming for the Pixels and the Galaxy S9s and the iPhones.
Yeah.
There's some settling that's happening, and like Aziza says, she may not be into the tech world, but one other thing I want to point out is for $600 you can get a Galaxy S9, which came out 3 months ago, and this phone was $529. And actually, the one that I have is the one with the 8 gigs, which is $589. So now it's a $10 difference, and this is a flagship phone. Yes, it did cost almost $800 3 months ago, but for today, or a month ago when the OnePlus 6 came out, you are getting, basically $10 difference between the S9 and OnePlus 6. Yeah. So that's our thoughts on it. I hope you like this type of video. And if you want to see more of Aziza in my videos and her opinions and stuff, then definitely smash that like button. Leave a comment down below letting us know if you have the phone, what you think about it, if you agree with any of the stuff we said or disagree. And I know we did not speak about the camera, but we both like the camera, and I actually did a full camera comparison of the OnePlus versus the S9 and the Pixel and the iPhone. I'll leave that video linked down below in the description for you guys to check out that dedicated video. Yep. First time on Tech Plug HD.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Anytime. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, stay plugged.